So, how is video-assisted refereeing and the decisions that are made used in the US and the UK? Is it helpful or does it interfere in the fabric of the sport? And why was it introduced? Well, there's a long history of the use of video in the US for sure. Instant video replay was first deployed in 1986 and was first used in a game between the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns in September of '86.
Through the body.
Possessed the football before it went out. It's touchdown.
So the use of the instant replay on the third play from scrimmage in the new year already. The new rule in the National Football League, use of a instant replay official, has given the Browns a touchdown on an otherwise very confusing play.
The system was discontinued after the 1991 season because of some technical limitations and especially slow review times, which interfered in the flow of the games. It returned in 1999, which also saw the introduction of the Coach's Challenge by throwing of the red flag. One of the best examples is Bill Belichick throwing the flag with such petulance.
Just drop it. He's getting work from upstairs.
Learning more. He's hearing it from upstairs. Could you see it?
That's beautiful.
Shaq would have been proud of that dog.
In the NFL, video review ensures accuracy and fairness, allowing on-field rulings to be overturned if there was a clear and obvious mistake by the referee. Key aspects of the video review in the NFL is there are lots of reviewable plays, all scores are reviewed. One of the most important reviews is whether an offensive player catches the ball and has managed to get 2 feet down before leaving the field of play.
Tunga Vailoa to the end zone. Achan, did he? He did! Touchdown, Miami!
There's also something called replay assistance, where actually the off-field crew can look at the video and correct an obvious error by the referee without a formal review. Interestingly, they have introduced medical review and spotters look, and it is well known that they can actually tell the referee to stop the game and check one of the players for a head injury. And then they may well be asked to leave the pitch. The standard of clear and obvious was replaced by indisputable visual evidence, reducing the requirement for absolute perfect microscopic review to reverse the calls. There are many other sports in the US which use video review, including soccer, basketball, baseball, ice hockey, and tennis. In the UK, the VAR, so-called Video Assistant Referee system, was introduced, I have to say, with some reluctance. There was a fear that the system would interfere in the very fabric of the way Premiership soccer was played and how it's refereed. But eventually there were too many critical mistakes, and the system was unanimously introduced by the Premiership teams to rectify egregious mistakes. One obvious area it is used is to correct offside decision-making.
Coming up for Italy. I would have created some excitement if Baggio was breaking in on goal. Here's Roberto Baggio. All the way across. Berti, header for the far post to score for Italy! And they've apparently waved it off.
This is a horrible call because you can see he's 5 yards onside. What a ball from Baggio. Perfectly on the money there. That was just a beautiful ball.
If VAR was used in this play, a clear and obvious error would have been corrected. But now decisions are being made with ridiculously small margin. Let's take this disallowed goal for Crystal Palace. So Sarr ended up with his nose being offside. This clearly cannot be right. And offside decisions really need to be reviewed to make it less ridiculous. There's currently a system with what's called daylight offside rule. Arsene Wenger championed it, and it's being tested in Canada. It essentially says that the attacking player, and it favors the attacking player, that there must be clear daylight between the attacker and the defender before the attacker is given as offside. This was recently used for the first time in a Canadian Premiership game.
Is for the first time in the Canadian Premier League and really worldwide, with the new offside rule being applied in the Canadian Premier League that requires daylight between the attacker and the last defender to deem that player offside. We had a call that would have been flagged for offside around the world, but based upon this new rules, a goal that stood for Alejandro Diaz coming in the 20th minute in a match earlier today between Halifax and Pacific. Let's show you how this played out, Christian, and maybe you could walk our viewers through what we're seeing and why this is so significant.
Yeah, very significant. As you can see, Marco Carducci, the goalkeeper, comes out to save it. The ball comes to the back post. Baldissimo. Everyone that believes that it's offside. We're going to give you a pause there. Carducci comes out to make it as a save. Watch Alejandro Diaz at the back post, and that's what we're looking at. Do not look at the defender, Lajeunesse, at the centre there. It's Diaz at the back post at that moment, and as you can see, Diaz is known already for his goal-scoring exploits in the CPL. But, John, this is why a lot of people around the world, including at FIFA in Zurich, are watching this play right now for this very reason. Second phase of a set piece and a dynamic striker at our level knowing exactly where to stand.
Does a great job of just staying on that back shoulder, and this is the whole reason for this daylight rule, is to get more goals.
There's also video is used to check the decision-making on goal line clearances. Did the ball fully cross the line?
His ball running himself back. Yes. No. No, the linesman says no. The linesman says no. It's a goal. It's a goal.
The most famous example of this is Jeff Hurst's goal to give England a 3-2 lead against Germany in the 1966 World Cup final. Did the ball cross the line? To this day, that decision remains controversial, and we really don't know. Also, in the 2010 World Cup, England were playing Germany, and Frank Lampard's obvious goal was disallowed because there was no goal line assist to say the ball had clearly crossed the line.
Milner, Defoe, that's a lovely touch. Lampard! Brilliant! It was in now! That surely crossed the line! It's not been good. It's begin. Here we go. Oh! It's so far in! Was it FIFA don't want? Technology. Thanks very much, Sepp Blatter. England have got to use this. Well, I hope he's here. I hope he's squirming in his seat, by the way. Look at that. He knew he was in. We knew it was in.
Another two examples of the use of video technology is in sending offs by red cards and the awarding of penalties. In theory, this is an excellent use of the technology, but is it being used in the right spirit of the game? I thought I'd seen everything, but recently a Manchester United player was sent off for pulling the ponytail of Calvert-Lewin from Everton.
Lisandro Martinez was shown a straight red card during Manchester United's clash against Leeds United after pulling Dominic Calvert-Lewin's hair. United were trailing 2-0 at Old Trafford when Martinez was given his marching orders. Indeed, in the 56th minute, Martinez was penalised after appearing to pull Calvert-Lewin's hair as the pair went up for an aerial challenge. After it initially went unpunished, referee Paul Tierney was advised to go over to the pitchside VAR monitor to have a closer look at the incident.
I mean, he barely touched his ponytail. The game was going on. Somehow VAR contacted the referee and told him to stop the game and review, and the Man United defender was sent off. A totally ridiculous decision. If you really want to see hair pulling, then you need to turn to fighting in the NHL in the US.
Yeah, he grabs the hair
or the collar.
Or the hair is just involved in it.
Well, there's lots of hair there. That is some flow that O'Brien's got cooking right there.
As for penalties, again, some decisions are ludicrous. Here are some examples of really bad VAR decisions.
Right here, and it's Josh King, and he's in on goal, and it's a chance here for Fulham. King steadies himself and scores.
Fulham now commits a careless challenge, stands on the foot.
It right across the face. Kept in by Willock, and Gordon goes for it. Joelinton tries to follow it in.
I mean, there's definitely a gap between the white line and the ball.
Over at the club, not something you'd expect. Chance for them to hit straight back though. Harry Kane!
The ball possibly striking the arm of Lucas Moura. Sheffield United look to clear their line. So
the gloom descends again. That is struck off.
So here's the question. Is video review working? I think the answer is yes. Could it be better? Again, I think yes. The first is that the decisions need to be made quickly. Sometimes the VAR decisions can take minutes. The crowd don't know whether to celebrate a goal and sometimes have to celebrate twice with many minutes in between. The second improvement has to be the clear and obvious mistakes during red cards, offsides and penalties. If it takes many minutes for the event, after the event, for the VAR decision to be made, then the referee clearly hasn't made an obvious mistake. So that's the video review. I believe it is an important step forward for sports, certainly in the UK and for a long time in the US, but it can be improved. Well, that's it for this episode. The beloved Palace are in the semi-finals of the Europa Conference League, an incredible achievement. Their semi-final first leg is in about 10 days' time. So as ever, please support your team and your sport with passion, and I hope to see you soon.